Alright, we get a Commander 2D. I'm alright with that, but I'm not going to really do anything, especially as we might have a consecutive deployment soon. Alright, Prototype 3. We're getting an incoming message from Bravo Lance, Commander. They say it's urgent. I'm putting them on the view screen now. Commander, we've recovered the data, but the Capellans, they must have followed us to the AO. They jumped us, caught us on our unprotected flank. We ate full alpha strikes from a lance of brawlers. Umbra took the brunt of it. A half dozen AC-10 shots, all unloaded in the blink of an eye. Her cockpit cracked like a soft-boiled egg. She, didn't make it. She's gone. Sorry for your loss, Bravo Lance. Sorry, too. Pulled us out of the shit more times than I can count. She's the one who connected us with Force Commander Singh. We'd still be fighting on Dame Catherine's behalf if Umbra hadn't opened our eyes to the truth. Hell, in all likelihood, we'd be dead in a ditch by now. We can't bring Umbra back, but we can finish what she started. So first, we're going to do our job, and then we're going to do right by you. We hadn't forgotten our promise to help you destroy the project data for the Raven. Good. We haven't forgotten our vow either. We're doing this for our home, our people, Black Caldera, Dame Catherine, and all the great houses can go straight to hell. Let's get to it then. We got 2 different combat drops to plan, and we need to carry them out ASAP. Roger that. I guess I'll lead with the good news. We've got the locations for both the Raven and Black Caldera's reverse engineering project. They're in the vicinity of New Jacobstad, an old armory, and a hardened R&D facility, respectively. Now here's the bad news. They're both heavily defended, and any attack on one will prompt the other to go into a state of high alert. Sounds like we're gonna have to do these drops simultaneously then. Yeah, but we can't. See, we couldn't find any specifics about the armory. We know they've got mechs in the area, but we can't put a number on it. The R&D lab, on the other hand, is extremely well documented. They've got a monstrous amount of indirect fire coverage, a whole phalanx of missile turrets, trebuchets, and LRM carriers. A hostile lance couldn't even get close without Black Caldera's defenses pounding it flat. Okay, how do we get around that? With the Raven. We need to use it if we want to get through this in one piece. In theory, the prototype Raven's electronic warfare suite can prevent nearby LRM launchers from establishing target locks, no target lock, no indirect fire. Of course, stealing the Raven will trigger the aforementioned high alert. They'll be ready for incoming hostiles. Thankfully, Black Caldera doesn't know that Bravo Lance is hostile yet. As far as they're concerned, we're the good guys, the defenders of Endurium. They'll tolerate us and their AO even after the alarm bells start ringing. Hell, they'll probably even welcome us with open arms. That warm reception will ice over as soon as you make an aggressive move. Of course it will. But we should be okay to lord around near the lab until one of your mech warriors can meet us with the Raven. Then we'll all go in together and the Raven will reduce their offensive capabilities to wet noodle status. That's the theory anyway. Sound as a plan as any. You scout out the Black Caldera R&D lab, we'll hit the armory, liberate the Raven, and bring it to you. And we'll blow the lab to hell together. Of course, without Umbra, we'll need a voice on the comms to give us guidance. That's you, Commander, assuming you're up to it, of course. You don't need to worry about Commander Gunner or any other member of this company. We've got you covered. Let's get out there and do this. The sooner that we take that mech, the sooner we can blow up the base, and the sooner we do that, the sooner we can put an end to what's happening there. So question, Leopard has 12 PPCs. Okay. So why don't we just blow it up with that? Yeah. They don't ever use dropships in this game. I know with the Mech Warrior games, that kind of stuff happened quite often. Mech Warrior 4 Mercenaries in particular, you had to blow up dropships on multiple occasions, and dropships are very heavily armed, so that's always dangerous. 3 LRM-20s. 5 large lasers. I'm waiting for you to get the full list. Yeah, but there's a lot in this game. I mean, you don't have the infantry. Granted, pretty much the only game that I remember having the infantry was Mech Commander. The Mech Commander games. Mech Commander 2. I only played Mech Commander 2. Mech Commander 2 had infantry. But other than that, I'm not sure if I remember any of the other Mech Warrior games having infantry. Maybe They definitely had the elementals. Because I remember elementals in MechWarrior 3. Well, that's not quite infantry. And those guys were annoying to deal with. Alright, in any case, according to the intel, we found Black Caldera Defense is storing their stolen Raven prototype at an old armory in southern New Jacobstad. We need to capture the base and recover the prototype. Conqueror, that name, and Peregrine will be standing by to carry out the second half of the operation when we're done. Number died for this mouse. It's on us to make sure that her sacrifice counts for something. Oh, also we should do our mech warriors before we do anything else. Oh, it's only 2 PPCs, not 12. Okay, that sounds more reasonable, but okay. An assortment of other painful things for close up. For sure the leopard supporting us would let us hit that lab, yeah. Well, again, unfortunately the leopard really never gets used that way. Well, I'm not going to be able to afford much anyway here, and this doesn't necessarily help me that much. But I guess we might as well push that direction. Leveling my character up doesn't really hurt because we don't get paid anything. Okay, Brunswick.
Commander.
That doesn't really help us. We're getting one step closer to the overheat threshold, so I'll go ahead and take this.
Training confirmed, Commander.
And we're only 200 experience from getting it. Unfortunately, we won't be able to use that experience because we'll have a consecutive deployment after this. This will help, the minimum range reduction. That definitely will help, so we'll take that.
Mech warrior training complete.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. She doesn't have any indirect fire. I'm just going to save her points for the meantime. Not really sure what else I'm going to spend them on, to be frank. But, again, it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and... yeah, F it.
Training complete.
Alright.
Waiting for
We'll
orders.
spend points if it makes sense with our backup pilots, because we may need them. Yeah, we're still saving with them, so it's not really a whole lot I can do. Alright, we're fine. Let's go ahead and do that contract. Alright, here we go. So, again, I'm going to go 50-50 on this one. We still have the weight requirements, but we've stayed within them this whole time, so not really a big deal. So far, Javelin, I mean, not the Javelin, the Firestarter has been doing well for us, so I think we can just keep that in deployment. We're back in an urban environment, which is going to be a little bit better for us from a heat standpoint, because the previous mission was in the desert. Although I think this is my argument, though. If we're going to talk about the Leopard supporting, I think the argument they would make is that all the LRM turrets and the LRM carriers would attack the Leopard if it got close. Because I think there was another mission where a similar thing happened, where it's like, well, I can't get on with the Leopard because there's all this anti-aircraft cover. I think I remember a mission in the campaign being like that. So I guess you could say that, but there's a lot of missions where you could say, why doesn't the Leopard give us some cover, you know? So it is a valid complaint, for sure.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, Commander. According to our intel, the Raven is being stored in a dilapidated armory in this part of the city. F4's unit strength is unknown, but I'll bet it will be somewhere between a lot and way too much. I will say, one thing, like, for example, MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries, one thing that they did that is actually kind of an interesting way to do it is you don't own any ships or anything, right? So if I remember correctly, and it's been a while since I've played, so if I'm getting this detail wrong, I apologize, but you had to rent services for everything. So when you jumped, I mean, that's the same thing that this game does. Jumping costs you money, but also dropping in cost you money. And the more tonnage you dropped into a mission, the more money it cost you to drop. Like the drop weight was kind of added into that fee. So they could have done something like that with this game, but, you know, it is what it is. Obviously, you wouldn't have the Argo and all that stuff, which is kind of an interesting idea. Okay, Commander, according to our intel, the Raven is being stored in a dilapidated armory in this part of the city. The Op4's unit strength is unknown, but I bet it'll be somewhere between a lot and way too much. I don't doubt it. This prototype is the most valuable asset on Fagerholm. It's bound to be well protected. From this position, you should be able to get eyes on the facility. We can plan our attack from there. Caution is fine, but we're on a timetable here. Barbalance is waiting for us to get the Raven up and running so that they can carry out their part of the plan. Got a lot riding on this mission. Well, let's get it done. All right.
Rock on, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. The campaign does have that big. I forget what is the name of that dropship that they have. I want to say it starts with an E, but yeah,
Heading out.
pretty
Got a
dangerous.
sensor trace.
But that's the only time like a dropship really comes up. Uh-oh. Well, we should be able to beat the Scorpion to initiative with the
Moving to position.
fire starter, but then that doesn't mean that I'm going to have to plan around that. Look for the flank over here. The fire starter, I'm just going to sprint straight up. I expect this to be a light mech of some type, but I'd like to get in there and kill that Scorpion so it doesn't really shoot on my medium mechs too much.
Moving
So
out.
we'll just go ahead and move really aggressively here. Looks like we're gonna get away with things too. All right,
Commander.
I'm gonna go ahead, jump. That wouldn't be necessarily a bad move. I was trying to see if I could jump in a way that we could break line of sight, but I don't think that's going to be able to be pulled off. So we could jump up here. Unfortunately, they could knock the building out from under me, so sure I want to do that. Let's just jump like this. And we'll open up on the rear of that Scorpion and maybe kill it. I mean, I suspect we'll be able to kill it. Oh, damn, that's a fire starter. Well, we're going to get overheated.
Eat this.
That was a lot of missing, but it should still die. Oh, come on. That one miss probably cost us. Okay, well, they didn't do anything anyway. Okay. So... yeah, I definitely don't want to charge at the fire starter because that would just heat me up and I'd die. We'll take this approach. Fortress class, okay. You might have already said that. I'm not sure if you did. Let me just take a look at this guy, see where he's been damaged. He has been damaged on the rear. He has also been damaged on the left, which we would be attacking that direction. It's possible I don't get to kill here, and the Scorpion would get to go. I mean, it's not necessarily the most threatening mech on the planet.
Engaging jump jets.
Although we do get bonus damage from our small lasers. This is what I'm going to do, multi-target. You are going to be A, you are going to be B. This is primarily going to be set up just to burn through a little bit of evasion. But I'll go ahead and I'll aim the ER medium laser at that guy. This is way overkill, but it will ensure the thing dies.
Engaging multiple
Yeah,
targets.
super overkill, but hey, I'll take it. Scorpion would have been hard to hit anyway. Not the Scorpion. The... ugh, my brain is starting to melt on me. The Spider! The other thing that starts with an S.
Orders.
Let's start with Leo here, because Leo can do... oh, I can't jump up on top of this building. I was about to say, Leo can get on top of this building and be safe from the flamers. Why can't I jump on top of this building? I could jump all around it. That's weird. Oh, I kind of don't like the idea of this reprisal, but I guess we'll just walk. I mean, that makes it a little not so bad. Maybe we lead with Legend here,
Yes, Commander.
who can't get line of sight, so kind of not really gonna do a whole lot here anyway. I'll go ahead and jump up on top of the building, though.
Jump jets engaged.
So we're not going to be able to do a whole lot against the enemy mechs this turn, but... oh well.
Standing by.
I'm going to try and draw their attention on Leo.
On the move.
The Enforcer's fairly well armored.
Target acquired.
Alright, so we got some vehicles coming. That's just very much a striker. We are going to have to wait until the fire starter goes because... oh, interesting. Another striker hitting us here. There's a decent number of LRMs, though. Hard to say if that was a striker or not. Could be turrets.
Light damage, Commander. Let's go.
Probably was. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and reserve here because I need that fire starter to go so we know what to do. They're gonna beat on my Enforcer a little bit here, but that's what we want them to do. Or they're gonna attack the fire starter. Okay. I suspect they're turrets that were firing on me. That seemed like a little too many LRMs for Striker. Okay. Decent amount of damage and stuff there, but... all told, it could have been worse. Alright, so we need to eliminate their vision. If we eliminate that vision, we're pretty golden here. So, first off, fire starter, primary target. Go ahead and use a precision strike, burn through that. Go after the right torso, which has already taken a little bit of damage.
Copy that.
Okay, got it.
Scored a critical hit.
Alright, and then...
Waiting for orders.
we could jump up on top of this building now, I'm sure. Try and remove ourselves from that danger. I think we'll be okay from a heat perspective.
Confirmed.
Just keep shelling this guy.
Locked on.
Might take some work to get him to go down. And I don't have any more stability damage affecting weapons at the moment. Okay, I think this is what we're going to do. The Firestarter is going to roll in, do what damage it can. And the Phoenix Hawk is going to focus on the Spider. Might get the kill here. Yeah, it's dead. I think the turrets are still going to be able to see. I highly doubt we knock down the Spider with the Phoenix Hawk. I mean, not unless I get like a death from above attack, which is not going to happen. So... sadly, the turrets will be able to open up on me. Try and do as much damage as I can, though. Not going to be able to do a lot because of the heat. Oh, actually. Center torso it. If we get really lucky, you'll die.
All weapons committed.
Not quite. Alright.
Enemy mech. Critical damage.
Okay, here comes the LRMs.
Systems holding.
Okay. Now, the one advantage is our Firestar will be able to go before the Spider gets to go. Then we just take out the Striker, and then the turrets will have no vision. Might be able to sensor lock me, but that takes away at least some of their movement. Hey, don't fire through buildings. That's cheating.
Damage minimal.
Okay.
Receiving you.
Yeah, we'll run to this direction. Open up with the small lasers. We've already done damage over here. Yeah, now we can see the turrets. So if we keep hitting the same side, it may go down.
Acknowledged.
Ah, damn it.
Critical.
It's gonna get a chance. See what it does, though. Oh, it's that variant. Okay. Okay. Let's just start this off with Legend.
Yes, Commander.
Legend is going to jump on top of this building and kill the striker.
Lifting off.
At least attempt it.
Good to go.
Damn.
Receiving you.
Theo can already see the striker, so we'll just do a follow-up. Let's do multi-target here. You're A. You're B.
I copy.
Oh, still there. Oh, okay. That died. But then we melee strike it. I would think at that point it'd be dead. If it doesn't die, we're going to get a retaliation from those turrets. Although we might get that anyway.
Engaging physical attack.
Okay, it's dead.
To proceed to your next objective.
All right. Garrison dead.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Good.
God damn. Let's do
Yeah, they did nothing, so that's good. We expect them to do that again, so we're not really in a great position to deal with them this turn anyway.
holding for the right opportunity.
I suspect Legend's not going to be able to do a whole lot. Leo's running really, really hot and probably can't see them. So in his case, we just jump him.
Roger that.
Hold for another turn. The Firestarter is very unlikely to be able to do a whole lot here. Get him in behind this building, try and get him as close as we can without them being able to see him. And then we'll sensor lock. Go ahead and sensor lock that one, because that one's probably the one we can... Oh wait, that was my mech. Whoops! Oh well, I wasn't going to get in range anyway. Although, maybe I could have.
Commander.
Alright, we'll go ahead and jump down here.
Firing jump.
Probably gonna have to limit what I fire at. There it is, boss. We found the Black Caldera Armory. This is where we'll find the Raven, assuming we can get to it, that is. Commander, a word of warning. We've got reports this base may have gun emplacement. No, really? For a point defense. I always loved Darius and how he, like, is way late on that. Turrets, boss. Just keep an eye out in case they're online. No, really? I can't tell there's turrets. I'll take it.
Locking on.
Almost done. Okay.
Orders.
I'm just gonna take Brunswick on a sprint here. Get him as close as we can so that we can wreak havoc next turn. Alright.
Ready for orders.
We're getting a little bit of rain coming in. Probably take this turret out. Because my friends aren't likely going to be able to see the other one. What we want to do here, the trick is to make it so that one can't see me, which it definitely can. That might be harder said than done. There, that spot will not allow them to see me. Not a lot of evasion, so if they can sensor lock me, they'll probably hit me pretty hard, but in theory, we could kill it if we hit with most of this. But we still got it with that one miss.
Target destroyed.
All right. Theo can move into a spot where he can see that one.
Position
Ooh, the rain's
confirmed.
starting to really come down. I guess we might as well do a precision strike here.
Engaging
I could have
target.
used vigilance to protect me. But I didn't really think to do that. Okay, two
That
turrets
turret is
down.
gone.
At this point, we may as well reserve because they don't have line of sight. We'll see what they do. They could sensor lock the... Oh, good. They can't see me. All right, well, now we know we have to deal with that. And is there anything I can do about that? Yes. I, in theory, have enough damage to knock this thing out. And if we can knock that out, then the vision goes away.
Engaging target.
That should kill it. Okay. Alright, that was important.
Target destroyed.
Orders.
Get in there and get vision.
On the move.
Probably just the PPC, which can fire. We'll take the precision strike. What the hell? This isn't going to kill it, but
Affirmative.
close enough. Alright.
Aye, aye.
Brunswick, just come in and get the objective taken care of all in one go.
On my way.
Yay!
That one's gone.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile
Okay,
contact.
I did expect that. Unfortunately, all of our lands got their turn skipped over, so whatever mechs are running hot are still running hot. I'm gonna complain about that every time it happens. We're in okay position right now. Let's go ahead and reserve.
Roger that.
Oh, there's the other light mech. I was trying to figure out where it was. It's gonna be tough to do a lot to these guys because they're in behind buildings and stuff. This turn might just be about cooling down and stuff. I'll move in here because that might give me cover. Might being the main word there.
Commander.
Go ahead and jump over here.
Lifting off.
And brace.
Yes, Commander.
One Brunswick to walk in behind this building.
Move into position.
I'll go ahead and sensor lock this guy just in case Leo can get into a position to attack him. Another fire starter, huh?
Orders?
Leo can jump up on top of a building. We could probably hit him.
Copy that.
This is not a bad spot. It's a fire starter will be hard pressed to really do a whole lot with that. Okay. So the fire starter is a primary target,
Reserving action.
as it's a pretty threatening mech. We don't know what these other two are. They could be fire starters too, for all we know. All right, let's go ahead and let him go. Maybe you can get into a spot to see Leo, but I mean, it's kind of far distanced. Okay, he got into position, but not really
What do you need?
one that he's doing anything with. Okay. Guess we jump here. Maybe the buildings protect me.
Firing jump jets.
I'm gonna go ahead and use vigilance here. And I don't mind I don't really need to use vision strike.
Come.
Okay, there goes an arm. There's some of the firepower.
Scored a critical hit.
Okay. Over there.
Orders.
Only get that snub-nosed PPC in there.
Moving out.
65%, I guess I'll take it. Center torso it.
Target confirmed.
Snub-nosed PPC really likes to hit the legs.
Good to go.
You're gonna do your thing. She keeps going center torso. What the hell? All right. I am curious what this thing is. I'd be really dangerous if this is another fire starter. Well, I mean, hitting the legs is good and all, but you might not be able to get in to get me with flamers, so I'll take the risk. It is a spider. Okay, that's not too threatening.
Engaging target.
I don't know. I just feel like hitting legs is just waste damage. I'd rather get the center torso kill. I'm a center mass killer. That's just the way I like to do things. So,
Standing by.
all right, let's use Brunswick's ace target ability to just finish this guy off,
All weapons, fire.
then get into cover. All right, one down.
Hostile eliminated.
Jump you into cover.
Roger.
I think that's the first time I've pulled off a hit and run attack. Well, it didn't really work though, because this guy got in and flanked me, but he didn't hit, so it didn't really matter. We still don't know what this is. Yeah, I don't know. I have always felt like that didn't really... I would take the leg kills if I get them, but if I'm already messing up their center torso, I'd rather just keep hitting that.
Engaging jump jets.
I'll go ahead and use Vigilance because I don't want them to... I mean, they're going to beat me to initiative anyway, but... Just turn off all this stuff. Guess we'll keep this on, because it at least does the good damage output.
Targeting rear armor.
I got a medium laser crit, I guess that helps.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Alright, Leo can fire on either one of them, so probably hold his
Yes,
attack.
Commander.
I think we just hit the spider, because it's going to be the easier one to hit. Right now, they're just too hard to hit, though, because they have so much evasion. But we can still go
Firing
for it.
all weapons.
Missed most things, but hey, got something.
Ready for orders.
Alright, yeah, as I said, I think we just keep going on this guy. That one's just too hard to hit right now. How's our ammo holding out? We still have 9 shots, so we're doing pretty good. Oh no, stray shots! I'm not sure if we hit ourselves or just the building. Oh, you so much have to wait. Melee attack. Oh no, I'm so scared.
Damage is light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brunswick's already in a good position. Let's go after this spider before it gets a chance to go.
Locking in. All weapons.
Oh, I could have precision struck it to limit its moves. I'll go ahead and move like that. They might be able to jump in behind me, but such is life. Nope, it's just gonna do that. Okay. This is the turn we finish him off. Oh, I can't get the melee strike. That was what I wanted. I'm just staying behind on this guy. Although, let's not do that because I don't want another stray shot hitting my own guys. So, Legend.
Commander.
Precision Strike might do it, and I might be willing to do that over melee attacking. Because where our heat scale is, I'm pretty happy
Copy
with.
that.
Precision Strike will cut through some of the bull crap.
Roger that.
Boy, did it. Sure, that hurt.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
You really don't have much of a move, so just get in behind this guy and open up on him. Maybe we get some stray shots on the other one. Okay, looks like we can do a full salvo here.
All weapons committed.
That should be a death. Yep, goodbye. That was actually really good accuracy, all things considered.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Alright.
Waiting for orders.
One last attack. I think this will do it. That's our commander. I'm touching down now. Alright. We do have a consecutive deployment here. After this one. Pretty sure. That's it, boss. The armory is ours. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to take a look at that Raven. I have to learn what I can about it before we can put it in the field. 2 heads are better than 1 yang. I'll meet you in the mech lab. Very quick, you two. We've got a limited window to support Bravo Lance, and we need that Raven to do it. Roger that, XO. Ready? We'll have it ready for them in no time. Okay, so the biggest problem is we will not go in with any of our mechs for this next mission. So we have to figure out what pilot to use. That's going to be the biggest decider. I personally lean towards Brunswick. But frankly, it doesn't matter. Because I'm not going to be able to attack a whole lot with that Raven. So I'm not really sure. Well, we got a little bit of a bonus. That's good. Another couple fire starter pieces. I have no problem with taking another fire starter. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. 1 and a 2. So we're pretty solid on the light mech front at this point. I don't think it can get much better. So we just need to get medium mechs now. Really where we're at. Okay, so we got a couple of spider parts too. So we have one of those as well. We'll probably sell that. All right. Oh, you guys you have not seen the Raven yet? So the way the Raven works is it has a field. Gives you a number of effects. It's really difficult to use though. But I think having really struggled with this mission the first time I played it, I think I understand now what I need to do. So this should be easier this time. The problem is, no matter what pilot I pick, it really does not matter. Because if you're attacking with the Raven, you're doing it wrong.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
Alright, so we did get the fire starter and all that. I'm pretty sure it's going to load me, as soon as I'm done with this, it's going to load me right into the deployment. So I'm going to have to make my decision pretty soon. Oh, we have to decide on what mech to send down. This spider is a different variant. I've never... it's still not going to be good for us, so we're just going to put that right in storage. Okay, so as I said, we don't get to pick the mechs. We only get to pick the pilot. So I have to choose this very carefully. Frankly speaking, I think my pilot would probably do just fine here. Alternatively, we go with one of our more defensive pilots. Like, Triceratops actually may not be a bad choice. I know that maybe doesn't make sense because her tactics is so bad. But she's got a lot of defensive abilities. This doesn't really help, but she's got a lot of defensive abilities, both in bulwark and in sure-footing. So we can get good evasion and good damage reduction, because really, honestly, we're not going to be using the Raven to attack much at all. So I'm thinking that the Triceratops is the right call for this one. Yeah, I don't think there's a better choice. And if you guys have never seen the Raven, we'll talk about why in a bit. Well, let's go ahead and deploy. I hope I've chosen the right pilot for the job, but I'm pretty sure Triceratops is the best pilot for the job, just based off of the skills. But this is a mechanic that was added in with Urban Warfare. The Raven was added in with Urban Warfare, so the ECM system is from that. Also, the idea of having multiple sides in one engagement, that was also Urban Warfare. Those are the two big ones. Well, the other big one, and honestly, this is the one that I think has had the biggest impact on the game, is the stray shots. That came from Urban Warfare as well. Pretty sure that that was... probably put out there for free. Those of you that have the vanilla game could probably correct me on that. I don't have the vanilla game, so I couldn't tell you. The non-DLC game. Alright, well, in any case, let's go ahead and begin the mission. Because stray shots went out in the game before Urban Warfare. Alright, they're going to give us a tutorial, potentially. May not, because I've already done this contract once before. This is it, Commander. The Black Caldera facility should lie just ahead of us. Guess it's time to see whether the Raven's anti-IDF capabilities are everything they're cracked up to be. If they aren't, this is going to be a short trip. It'll work. The great houses wouldn't all be fighting over the prototype if it were a dud. Now, I say that we get in there and blow that facility to hell. That we do it in Umbra's name. Best of luck, Bravo Lance. When the job is done, I'll be waiting to bring you home.
Watch
Oh,
for
okay, here's
civilians.
the tutorial about the Raven. So, I've updated your command console to support the Raven's Advanced Technology Commander. You're good to go. Wow, I can see why everyone's after this prototype. Tech like this could reshape the battlefield if deployed properly. According to the Black Caldera Data Archive, the Raven is equipped with 2 components that make up its electronic warfare suite. The first component is ECM, short for Electronic Countermeasures. ECM creates a field around the carrier that impedes enemy weapons locks. ECM's range is indicated by a dotted ring and visible energy field around the carrier. All friendly units within the field gain missile defense. They can't be targeted for indirect fire and are very difficult to hit with missiles even in direct line of sight. Friendly units within the field also gain a stealth charge. They are effectively cloaked and cannot be targeted with any weapons. The ECM carrier receives a second stealth charge. The ECM field can be countered by close-range visual confirmation. 1 stealth charge is subtracted when an enemy unit enters the ECM field, and for each enemy unit in the ECM field at the start of a new round. Units with no remaining stealth charges are targetable by direct fire. Sensor lock removes all stealth charges from the targeted unit. Sensor locked units also lose their missile defense and are targetable by all weapons fire. If a cloaked friendly unit fires a weapon or uses activatable abilities, it loses 1 stealth charge. Stealth charges are replaced for units within a friendly ECM field if the carrier starts or ends its turn with no active enemy units in its ECM field. The second component is the active probe. The probe behaves like an area effect sensor lock on steroids. It's accessed via a new button on the carrier's weapons panel. Warning, firing the probe spikes heat and it must cool down after use. When triggered, the active probe radiates a pulse that reveals enemy units and makes them easier to hit. And as an added bonus, the active probe will shut down any enemy ECM carrier's ability for a short time. Affected units also have their sensors impaired, interfering with the targeting systems. That's it, Commander. Good hunting. Alright. So let me explain this a little bit more carefully. The biggest problem with this thing is that it's really hard to use. Because the mech that has ECM field cannot do anything. Other than moving and I guess using brace. Cannot do anything else. If it does anything else, the ECM field, they don't get a stealth charge. The same goes for all of your friendlies within inside the ECM field. So right now, everybody has a stealth charge. Let me just unselect this guy. So everybody has a stealth charge. You can see that with this little thing, and the Raven has 2. Well, this is the case. I cannot be targeted by any enemies with any kind of weapon fire. Doesn't matter if it's direct, indirect, doesn't matter. But if I attack with any of these mechs, even if they're within the ECM field, they lose their stealth charge and are then targetable. If the enemy sensor locks me, I lose my stealth charges and are targetable. So if you haven't realized yet, it is almost impossible to use this thing very effectively because you pretty much are required to do nothing on your turn. And even if you do nothing on your turn, all the enemy has to do is sensor lock you and they can hit you like it's not even there. So this mission is very frustrating and hard to do because there is an absolute metric ton of LRMs that will hit you from a very long range. The turrets that are over here can sensor lock you from pretty much anywhere on the map. So this mission is very difficult to do. Also, the AI actually behaves smart around the ECM. If you have mechs within the ECM field, they will just hold their turn and hold their turn and hold their turn to the last second and pretty much prevent you from being able to do anything. So it is very frustrating to use this, and it's almost to the point where I think the ECM is completely pointless and not worth even using. But that's my opinion on it. We're going to try our best to use it at its best, but I'm going to have to leave you on a cliffhanger because we are running close to the time limit that I normally have for my streams. I usually go 4 hours, and I start at noon, and it's almost 4 p.m. my time. So we're going to do this mission another time because this is a long mission and it takes a while to get through. I have succeeded at doing it, but by the very slimmest of margins. I think strategically speaking, I may be able to figure it out a little bit better, but I still have this problem of not being able to do anything with my mechs when they're inside the field and knowing that the enemy will hold their action until the end, pretty much preventing me from really doing anything all that smart. I think really, if I were to say what my strategy is here, I think the only way you can really get through this mission is by just charging the objective and not really caring. Because what I did the first time I did this is I played really conservatively, and I hung back in this area and tried to figure out how to use this ECM field, and they just kept sensor locking me and just obliterating me with LRMs. So that was the wrong thing to do. So I know not to do that. So I think the right move is just move in aggressively. If we use the ECM field, okay. If we don't, it doesn't really make much of a difference. But it's so easy to defeat the the ECM field, it's like it's not even worth using. I mean, all they have to do is sensor lock me, and every single one of these turrets can sensor lock, and every single one of these turrets can sensor lock from pretty much the entire map. So you're pretty much screwed. Yeah, I think the ECM field used to be more powerful when this DLC first came out, and they've since rebalanced it because you can use this ECM field in multiplayer. But they didn't rebalance this mission, I don't think. So this mission's really difficult. Because, like, for example, the missile defense, I don't know how that applies, because I've never actually seen it on any mech. Like, so for example, we click on Conqueror, there's no icon that says missile defense. If I'm within this ECM field, and let's say I attack, you would think the missile defense still applies to you. Nope. No, it doesn't. So as long as if you lose the stealth charge, you don't get missile defense anymore. So what is the point of that? Because they can't hit you anyway. If you have a stealth charge, you can't be hit by anything. So I'm so confused at like how this thing's supposed to work. I think some of those descriptions of what they told you, they really just don't apply anymore. The missile defense just doesn't happen anymore. So there's incorrect information given to you with this with that tutorial. All right, well, that's my rant out of the way. But this mission is doable. I've completed it before, and it's tough, but as I said, I think if we apply the proper strategy, we'll probably get through it even easier than I did last time. Really, all it comes down to is there's a couple LRM carriers somewhere over here. We just need to charge them and kill them as fast as we can, because if you hang back, they just obliterate you. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to try and use our defensive skills to keep our Raven safe as much as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the strategy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and quit out of this mission and get our Iron Man save.